Hey guys, this is Jake with the Buckeye Bushcraft channel, back here again with another video. What we're going to talk about today are 4 different types of survival shelters, so stay with me. Okay, so this is the basic lean-to shelter. This is good for pretty much any weather condition. Keep in mind if it's raining or snowing, or if it's super windy, you have to keep in mind where the wind is. Obviously you don't want it coming right into your camp with your fire out front of you, blowing smoke into your face all night long. So you do want the wind at your back with this. You do have to watch that a little bit more. And if this space blanket is orange, this one you can see is green. If it's orange on the back of this, you basically created a massive signal panel if you are lost, and you could put one big black X or 3 big black X's all the way across it that basically says no longer can proceed and I need help. Also in the summertime, this reflective mylar side, you can flip it upside down to reflect the sun's rays off of you, creating shade to help keep you cool. So this is the basic lean-to shelter. So this is the basic plow point shelter. This is my favorite shelter configuration. This is good for all year long pretty much, especially in high winds, heavy rains, heavy snow, things like that. Put a fire right there. You can have that heat rolling back up in the shelter and basically onto your body all night long. And this is pretty low to the ground. As you can see, my ridge line is about waist height. So when you get up in here, you can see there's plenty of room, especially for my head. So when you get up in here, you're protected on all 3 sides, except for this area right here. And also again, in the summertime, like I said, you could always flip this upside down. If it's super hot, you create shade. And then you can carry a garbage bag, you put a garbage bag full of leaves in there, and you have yourself a mattress preventing conduction from the ground. And then you're also preventing convective breezes from blowing through with this whole setup. Okay, so the next basic shelter is the classic A-frame or pub style tent. This shelter is really good, like I said, pretty much in all weather conditions. This is going to hold in the maximum amount of heat without a fire. So you can get this thing super low. I've already got it real low right now. Put, some 55-gallon drum liners in there full of leaves, and basically have about 2 or 3 inches from your head up to here. And that mylar on the inside is going to reflect that heat all the way around your body all night long. Now I will say this, with this shelter, this is basically a no fire shelter. So if you can't get a fire going, or you're not going to make a fire, this is really the best shelter, especially in cold weather conditions. So as you can see, I don't have a whole lot of room to really move around and do stuff with, but I have to think about also, if I had 55-gallon drum liners in here and had 4 inches of insulation compressed, I'm really going to be up here more than anything. But this can definitely save your life, especially if you're, toward the stages of hypothermia and you can't get a fire going. This right here is going to be your best shelter option. So the 4th shelter is a fly. We're flying tarp. So all 4 corners are up off the ground, staked out with our 6-foot guy lines. This shelter is really good for summertime because it allows that convective breeze to come up underneath of the shelter and keep you cool. This is also a really good shelter. If it's kind of sprinkling outside and you don't really feel like getting too wet, you set this thing up and you can work on projects on the inside of your shelter and things like that. But the shelter doesn't offer you a whole lot of protection on all 4 sides, basically just top for the most part. If you get a real heavy driving rain where the wind's pushing it in, you're going to get wet in this shelter. So this is just a fair weather shelter. It's summertime, super hot outside, a little bit of a breeze. This is a good shelter. Well guys, I'm Jake with the Buckeye Bushcraft channel. Appreciate you guys joining me for this video on 4 of the basic tarp and shelter configurations using your emergency reusable space blanket. Big thanks to Rick Smith from Venture Out Bushcraft. He is behind the camera right now helping me out today. So go give him a follow at Venture Outdoor Bushcraft. What is it on Instagram, Rick?
Instagram, yeah.
Okay. And then, of course, follow me at Buckeye_Bushcraft. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.